Hello, everybody, and good morning, and all that good stuff. So, you guys, I am feeling so enlightened and lightened right now because I recently took a course on being a trauma coach and a trauma group facilitator. And my eyes were open to so many things that I thought I already knew, but I didn't really know. Like I knew that my binge eating was attached to things from my young, very young youth age. I knew that, and I can remember when my binge eating started when I was 8 years old. I know exactly how that all worked itself into being a problem, an issue, and it carried through my whole life. Um, I was even able to identify things that might have been what set it off, what I thought had been what set it off. But there was so much more that I did not know. And taking this course was amazing. The stuff that I learned was amazing. And it's stuff that I want to share with everybody. And right now, what I'm doing is I am leading a group of people, a very small group, because I wanted to see how this would work. I got my certification and I'm leading a very small group through our very first trauma group to see how it works out. It's a trauma group for people who have binge eating, overeating, eating disorders, period. But I'm not a doctor. I'm not in any kind of way a medical person. But I don't believe you have to be a medical person to identify some of these triggers for yourself and to even come up with ways to work on them. So I'm going to be sharing some of this stuff with you guys because I think it's too good not to share with people. I think that it's too important not to get it out there. I don't have a very big following. I mean, woohoo, we're almost to 400 guys. Woohoo, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to every one of you guys that choose to watch this channel. But I don't have a big enough following to think that I'm going to reach a lot of people. But you know what? If I only ever reached a handful of people and helped you somehow and helped you figure out your way out of your eating disorder or your eating dilemma or your eating issues, that would be great, right? Because when I figured out, I've talked about this a long time. My very last binge was November 14th, 2020. When I say my very last binge, I mean my very last binge of a kind that where I used to go and eat so much that my heart would be beating so hard when I went to sleep that I would think I was dying. I could hear it beating in my ears and I think, oh my God, I'm going to have a heart attack and die. Because that's the reality is that you can eat so much in a single sitting that you can give yourself a heart attack. Okay, that's a real thing. Look it up. And I used to have a really bad fear of that, but it didn't stop me. The fear wasn't enough to stop me. So I have felt so grateful and so just grateful, I guess is the only word I can really use there, to not have that feeling every night when I go to sleep anymore. That I've done what I've done the last 4 years with this page here, with this YouTube channel, with my YouTube or my Facebook group. Everything I've done for the last 4 weeks was to try to help even one more person not go to bed binging and thinking they were going to die before they fell asleep. That really was my whole goal. And I'm very proud of the fact and humbled by the fact that at least a handful of people have told me in the last 4 years that I've helped them either quit their binging problem or at least lower it to where it wasn't like it was before. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys letting me know that because that means a lot to me. Okay, I didn't come on here and make a big long video today. I was just catching up on some of the stuff I've been doing. Our kitty, one of our kitties died a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago almost, and it was tragic. And it was painful. And we have indoor cats that we've had ever since I had my stroke. They're like our children, like our toddlers. And we're having a hard time getting over it. So it's been a rough last few weeks. And then on top of that, I was trying to do this coursework and everything. So it was a pretty heavy few weeks. But I've come out the other side of it. Yes, I still miss my kitty, but I'm not crying at the drop of a hat. And we'll always miss him. But we're glad that we had him. You know, he was a really, really interesting kitty. He really was. He had lots of good qualities. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys about this so that you'll kind of know this is going to be coming up. I am going to be sharing some of this trauma stuff with you guys here. I think I might do a little, there's so much. And like even right now with the group I'm doing, I just want to word vomit. I just want to tell them everything. I want to have like a 3-hour video where I tell them every single thing I learned, right? But you have to do it in chunks. You have to do it in pieces because that's just, you'll learn it better. Plus it'll make more sense and you'll be able to figure it out as you go. I think if you did it all at one time, it would just be too much. So I am going to be sharing some of the stuff on here. I'm going to share as much as I can that makes sense to share in a public style setting. Some of it was too deep, too emotional, and too intense to share publicly, but I'll share everything that I can publicly. I'll share some of the tools, how to use specific tools that you will have, everyday things that you will have in your own home, like rubber bands, things that you may have to buy at your local craft store. This is the anxiety ring. You can twist it. It has a little rolly thing up on the top of it. It just rolls and rolls and rolls. There's just all kinds of weird little things like that that you can use. So I'll be sharing some of those things with you guys too, and just something I thought you might want to know what's coming up. And I'm just excited about it. I wanted to tell you guys about it. So talk to you soon. Bye.